At the Feet of Jesus Christ. Devotional by Adriana Solis.
Reading of God's Word for today, Proverbs chapter 19, Psalms chapters 91 through 95, Matthew chapters 14 through 15. Proverbs 19:20. Listen to counsel and receive instruction, that you may be wise in your latter days. Psalms 93:4. The Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, than the mighty waves of the sea.
Matthew 14:23 through 31. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. Now, when evening came, he was alone there. But the boat was now in the middle of the sea, tossed by the waves, for the wind was contrary. Now, in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went to them, walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It is a ghost." And they cried out for fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid." And Peter answered and said, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." And he said, "Come." And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, saying, "Lord, save me." And immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him, and said to him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" The disciples were in the middle of the sea. The winds were boisterous, the boat was being tossed by the waves, and it was dark. Imagine the fear, the desperation, and the hopelessness they felt in the midst of this storm. Have you been in circumstances where you feel hopeless, desperate, not able to do anything, and overwhelmed by fear? As we read through these verses, we learn about the care God has for us and how He permits circumstances in our lives that we may learn to trust Him and grow in our faith. Jesus knew the disciples were in the midst of a raging storm, and in the fourth watch of the night, He went to His disciples walking on the sea toward them. Jesus walking on the sea, walking above the storm, the raging waves, and boisterous winds. Jesus Christ, the creator of heaven and earth, and the one who places limits for the sea, comes to them walking upon the sea. Jesus speaks to his disciples and says, "Be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid." Peter says, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." Jesus says, "Come." And Peter walked on the water toward Jesus. Wow. In the midst of a great storm, raging sea, boisterous winds, Peter walked on the water toward Jesus. But when he saw the boisterous winds, he began to sink and cried out, "Lord, save me." Jesus said, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" Peter, why did you doubt? Peter, why did you fear? As I read the words of Jesus, I hear the voice of a loving Father with encouragement saying, "Don't doubt or fear, but trust my word and keep your eyes on me." How important to remember daily to keep our eyes upon Jesus, not to doubt, but to trust his word and walk toward him. Are your eyes upon Jesus today, or have you allowed circumstances to cause you to doubt, fear and keep you from walking forward? There will be many times when we face fears, but how will you and I respond to that fear? We read in Psalm 56:3, "Whenever I am afraid, I will trust in you." God's word says He is a refuge and a shelter from the storm, as we read Isaiah 4:6. "And there will be a tabernacle for shade in the daytime from the heat, for a place of refuge, and for a shelter from storm and rain." Jesus Christ is above all, and He keeps watch over us and will never leave us or forsake us. May you continue to grow in your faith in Jesus Christ as you continue to walk forward with Him, trusting His word and understanding that He is sovereign and Lord over all circumstances. Enjoy your day in Jesus Christ. At the Feet of Jesus Christ, Devotional by Adriana Solis. Like, share, and subscribe. God bless you. Bye bye.